guys doing good? Awesome, thank you.
With the young defensive lineman in camp, I know there's a lot of details, like in terms of aiming places and with learning the system. How much more detail is it than people realize as far as young guys and their adjustment to this level?
There's a lot, especially in the run game. It's not, especially when you're dealing with an offense like ours, where they've got every run, I think, in the history of football. So there's different blocking combinations, different feels. There's trap blocks, wham blocks, outside zone, inside zone, duo, double teams. There's so many different types of schemes that they run, and if you're not on it, you can just get washed out of the play. So our offense gives us. The great thing about playing our offense is we get a great opportunity to see all these different blocking combinations, and we have a chance to work them.
C.J. West was saying there's no red shirting here. We understand that we have to come in and be able to produce pretty quickly. How do you as a coach kind of find that line between, like, okay, I know they're going to make mistakes, but we got to get them ready as quick as possible?
No, you just hit it. I think of all the major sports, the NFL relies on rookies more than any of them. You come in. It's throw your kiddo in the water and just go swim, right? And so those rookies, they're going to make mistakes. The hope is that they're smart enough, I guess you could say, or they can acclimate well enough where they don't make the same mistake twice, if that makes sense. And but you throw them in, and the expectation. That's why I said it way back in OTAs. The expectation for these rookies is that they show great growth every day, and that they get better every day. That's the expectation. They're going to have splash plays in between. They're going to have hair-pulling moments, but as long as they're focused and you feel like their intent day-to-day is good and they're taking care of their bodies and they're studying and preparing every day like a professional, you trust that they'll grow and get better every day.
There was a deep ball pass today from, sorry, can I go? Yeah. There was a deep ball pass today from Purdy to Christian McCaffrey, and D. Winters was running with him stride for stride, fell incomplete. How is D at that facet of the game, pass coverage?
Oh yeah, his coverage ability is as good as anybody. You trust him in those situations. You normally with a guy like Christian on the field, you're not going to want to be in a call that puts it back one-on-one, but gave him the op and he won. And with every passing day, he builds more and more trust that he can do that. And the more he shows that he can, it just creates openings for everybody else, especially from a blitz standpoint, where we can send extra people in at their protection, knowing that we have guys all over the place that can handle the different athletes that the league has to offer.
Robert, can you talk generally about the rookies showing great growth and getting better every day? Is there anybody currently that kind of epitomizes that to you?
Yeah, I knock on wood. We love this rookie class. That they're all attacking every moment. I know Fred spoke pretty candidly about Upton Stout. He's doing a hell of a job. Alfred's been getting better every day, getting his legs underneath him, showing some really good progress in the run game. CJ's been showing good stuff in the run game. Michael, obviously, it's hard to see in there, but his pass rush on the inside's been fantastic. And even Siegel, safety, is coming along really strong and doing a really nice job. So just overall as a group, they're getting better. They're competing. Going against a really, really precise offense. Our offense has been rolling out for 8 years, and so the precision at which they operate is pretty damn good. So they're getting all they're getting all they can handle as rookies. It's as hard as it's going to get for them going against our offense and all the different things they do, but they're showing that it's not too big for them.
What does Michael do that makes him an effective interior rusher?
You know what? He's got great feet. He's kind of awkward because he's long, he's tall. He's not a traditional three technique. So he's got great foot speed and strength and power and length he's shifty. He can get outside his frame. I'm trying to figure, it's different for guards to go against a guy like him. And he's so good with his hands. He's so good with his feet. He plays with great pad level. He's got power. So he's a three-way player. He can run around you. He can run through you. He can counter. And, he's showing all of it off. And, he still has a long ways to grow. So, like I said, he's going to be a good football player in this league. And it may not come this year, but you could see it through practice that this kid, once he gets it, it's going to be special.
You said knock on wood. I mean, as you know, I mean, the odds are all these defensive rookies are not going to be all the NFL starters. It doesn't mean they could, right? But
Some of them, it's hard.
But I mean, are you kind of like, geez, this is going well? I mean, you kind of joking about not wanting to jinx it, but are you just pleasantly surprised just because, you know, the future really is unknown?
It is. You know, like I joke with Kyle that shoot, if you hit 50% of your draft picks in a year, that's a hell of a draft class, you know. And I think that's why we're all excited to go for Denver to come in. You know, sometimes you get into a routine where you're recognizing the same bodies, the same players, the same stems, the same formations, and so the encouraging thing is that they can learn when they see the same thing over and over again. The challenge now is going to be a completely new opponent with no preparation because we're not preparing for Denver. We're lining up, just throw it on the field and see how they play. So we're really excited to see how it goes and fully expecting some lumps along the way. But one thing is for certain, I do think that their competitive drive is going to be there.
What do you like about Bradley and Nye? He was really good at Utah, and he really killed it in the, I guess, the UFL. I know you had him with the Jets.
Yeah. You know, Bradley, he came to us at the Jets from Dallas as a practice squad guy, gave us an op to work with him. We were all really excited to work with him. We thought that he had a legit chance to make a really good roster D-line room in New York, and he tore his ACL during OTAs, and which set him back. Proud of him. He found his way. He had a really successful season. So he's here. He's a good player. You know, I'm not going to say who I compare him to, but he's a very smart, effective player. He's got great versatility. So it's a great opportunity for him. Hope he takes advantage of it.
So it's too early to have lineups at this point. We're just about to go into the first preseason game. But yesterday when Kyle was talking and he was asked about Upton Stout, he pretty much said that, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something about, like, that's why he's separating himself, or, like, that's why he's out in front of, like, the other guys. When you go through the holes that you have to fill in that defense, is Upton kind of one of those ones that you're almost for sure he will have a starting spot?
No, to piggyback off Kyle, you could probably say he's the inside track in a very long race. And, you know, we still have 3 preseason games. He's still got to show that he can do what he's been doing against different competition. He's still got to show he can tackle. So there's still a lot of things that he has to show, same with all these rookies. So you can say he's got the inside track, but like I said, we're in a marathon, and we haven't completed the first leg yet. So.
When you took this job, you know, at that time, there were guys under contract still that are no longer here. You know, what did Kyle or whatever, you know, do they kind of outline to you, like, you're going to have a different defense? I mean,
yeah, no, there's.
You've got a big job ahead of you.
We knew what we were getting into. But that's the exciting part, you know, like to go do it again. You know, it's we're going to do it again.
Is this really amazing? I mean, I know it's different. You have this many rookies, you know, in 17. But I guess what are the similarities and differences between the two experiences?
It is different. You know, that the similarity is a bunch of people learning a whole new system. There's possibility that there might be 8 new starters on defense, and the difference being a lot of them are rookies where, you know, you still had Jimmy Ward, you had Tart, you had K'Wan Williams, you had some veteran presence along with the D-line, you had Buck and Armstead, linebacker room. I think we brought in a whole bunch of new people after our first year. But but the challenge is the same in the sense that there's a lot of new people here too. You got Pinnock is new, you got Richie Grant, Neal, Trey Brown. There's a bunch of new players here too, and it's a really cool mixture of veterans along with a bunch of young guys who are kind of injecting a lot of renewed youth into the vets. You know, they're out there making plays. It's exciting, and they've got great intent. to all of them. They got great football character where they're constantly fighting every single day to find the little nugget to get better, and which makes Fred want to go talk to one of them to help them out, which makes Lenore want to talk to these guys, and they're making it fun, and they just got to keep competing at the level they're trying to compete at. Cool. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
What's up, everyone? They got the mic on here? Sheesh. What's up, guys?
Looking ahead to Thursday, how much are you looking forward to going against someone that's not your teammate?
Pretty good. We talked about in the meeting today that, you're either getting better or you're getting worse, or you're kind of going through the motions, going against the same guys, every day. It kind of challenges you as a football player, line up against Fred and, just those guys every single day. So it'll be good. It's going to be a new defensive look for us, 3 down. They got a good set of edge guys, and it'll just be fun to go against a different defense, different team. I think today's day 12, so it can get monotonous, but it'll be a good change up. A little scuffle here and there, but it'll be good to see a new defense.
How bizarre is it knowing Dre and Huff are over there in a different uniform?
I think it's just the NFL. I mean, it'll be Dre's going to bring it, so I felt him in pregame a couple times, but it'll be good to see them. Obviously, Mike, a bunch of other guys that are on that team, so it'll be good to see them play against him. I know they're going to be juiced up, so are we, but we're all working to get better, but it'll be cool to see him, and it's just the NFL. You're going to see guys you played with and played against, so it'll be fun.
You said you thought green line pregame, meaning he whacked you?
Oh, yeah, a couple times. You had to, Johnny had to tell him to calm down a little bit, but he brought it even in warm-up, so it'll be good to see him.
Go over just what you did this offseason to kind of add muscle, how much muscle you added, and exactly what hills you were running in San Francisco.
Yeah, I got to spend a lot of time in the city of San Francisco this offseason with Tark, and Vallejo Street, Kearney Hill is quite steep. It was cool to see some locals run it with me too. That was different. But you get to embrace the city, and that's something that I kind of took on this year. It obviously helped. I did a lot of bodyweight stuff, bodyweight movements, put on 8 pounds of muscle, leaned down, lost a percentage in body fat. So I did what I needed to do this offseason to prepare for this year. So I think I'm seeing some of that work come to fruition right now, and then obviously building off that is.
When you were passing them up the hill?
They just kind of wave, and then they're like, can I run with you? And sure enough, 50-year-old guy comes running, and a couple other marathon runners with us. So they sprint up the hill, and I tried chasing after them, but super polite, and they kind of give you a weird stare, but you're dodging Waymos and bikes. But it's just cool to kind of embrace the city that this team is, and not a lot of guys do it, but it's just a cool place to work, and I think I was up there 4 to 5 times a week. Driving up there and just being in the city and seeing it and kind of embracing what San Francisco and the 49ers really is.
You weren't driving a John Deere tractor this time?
No John Deere in the city. It was me and the Dodge. So we had good calls on the way up and a lot of hard work up there.
I was looking at your bio, and it said that you were an all-state basketball player in high school, and I'm just kind of wondering, what was your position, and do you think that basketball background has helped your footwork at all at tackle?
Center. We were, typical Midwest school, a lot of shooters. So I just, double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and then I called it a day, We had some really good teams, but, I do attribute it. I played all of it. I even swam, played soccer, so quite a genre of sports. So I think basketball obviously helps with foot quickness and, being able to move in space. So moving out to tackle, you need that. So I think I attribute basketball to it, and then all the sports I've played.
How do you think that work on Vallejo Street has kind of helped you? Do you feel different in camp this year?
Yeah, definitely not as winded. I feel a lot better shape. I've seen my body change. I've seen some growth, obviously physically and mentally. That was a big part of it. You're running those streets and you look up it and you want to quit right away, or you don't even want to start it, and then you got to run it again and run it backwards and do broad jumps up and down it. So a lot of it was mental, and just seeing how far you're going to push yourself, because running Vallejo and Kearney, nothing's going to be as hard physically on the football field as that, running up those hills on concrete and just doing that. So I feel like I'm in the best shape I've ever been, and mentally. So the streets worked.
In the off season to kind of focus on those things. You get out here tomorrow in a dual practice with the Broncos. Knowing what time you put in to kind of craft yourself this summer, what are you willing to or hoping to see out of yourself tomorrow in practice? The specific thing that you're hoping that you got better at, that you're, after you walk out of that practice, you're like, okay, I can see the work.
For me, body position and then my hands and pass pro. I think that's the one thing that, I think I had a pretty solid year in that last year. I want to get my pressures down. Sacks came down, which I'm really happy about. But to be one of the great players in the league, to follow Trent, to see what he does and try and emulate that, it's all his hands. Obviously, he has a genetically gifted freak. That is Trent Williams, the silverback. But the little things he does in pass pro with his hands, his feet, and his body position. I did some boxing over the off season, kind of trying to do what he does. And so trying to use that in anything I can to add to my toolbox, and then now to go use it. Like you said, Broncos are in town, so I'll get to use it against a couple other guys. It's worked against a couple guys here, and I just want to see that continue, good body position, and then being able to use the right. That's going to be the key to a good season for me.
From Pleasance and Burford this offseason and also at camp.
Yeah, growth. I mean, Austin got here late last year. He had a pretty solid start in Arizona. Had some good snaps. And now he's been thrown into, the swing role. What's it going to be, right, left? I think he's taking it great. He started camp awesome. He's still going strong. So just a big physical dude. I mean, 330 plus, 6'7", just big dude who can run. And that's what we look for. We look for guys who can run. Obviously, Spence, same thing. Like, athletically gifted is all get out. And you put him out on the edge, and, he can take away a lot of space on defenders. So, those two are having a great camp. And, now it's just about consistency. We're in the middle of it. So keep it rolling for those guys.
What's been your impression going against some of these rookie defensive linemen, 3 of them specifically?
I was waiting on this one. No, they're good. I mean, CJ, Michael. We even got the little Hulk running around, 55. But, they're all good. Even, 95. They're good draft picks. Michael's he's still young, but he's got grown man strength. So with his length and speed and quickness and his hands, I think the more that he hones those in, he's asking questions from Trent, myself. Obviously, Nick's helping along. So CJ, you're seeing it in one-on-ones and in team periods where he's making plays. So, all these guys, they're young, and we're going to ask them to do a lot. And obviously, those guys are going to be a key to this team's success. But I think they're going to make a lot of splash plays for this team.
Maybe fans don't know about who Ben Barch is, but it looks like he's going to be a starter with you guys. What is it about him that makes him a good fit here, and your impressions of him as a guy?
Yeah, one's the human that he is. Obviously we're football players, and that's what we are. But Ben Barch is one of the just salt to the earth great guys. Spent a lot of time with him in the off season, hunting, fishing, doing whatever together. He's a great teammate, and then obviously football. That's what we're here for. You saw it in Buffalo last year. What was that? Start of the Bears game last year before he got hurt, had the ankle injury. So, the dude's taught his all get out. He's got a lot of starts under his belt in Jacksonville. So I think he's going to be able to step in and, Coach said it's his to lose. So, he's playing confident. He's back. He's rolling, athletically gifted. We all are. But Ben's a great human, and, I think he's going to take it and run with his job.
Thank you, Colton.
Thanks, guys.
How we doing?
Your 11 practices for a fight. That was pretty mild. But
Yeah.
Were you involved? Were you throwing any haymakers?
I was way on the other side of the field. I didn't even know what was happening at first, but yeah, it's pretty good for it to take that long to get one in. I like it though.
Going as far as this offense, is it tons different than what you've experienced?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a lot to learn, but it's been going smooth so far. It's great having the guys we have in the room to help me, and then Flurry's been doing a great job. Flurry and Deuce with helping me, bring me up to speed and everything. So it's been good.
Pretty instrumental in trying to like talk to you and give you those kind of pointers out there in the offense.
Really, the whole room. I'll learn from anybody. I mean, Colton too, the tackles, the O-line. I mean, anybody. Yeah, George has been great, super helpful. Like I said, Flurry, Deuce, and then really the other guys in the room too. They can answer any of my questions. They've all been in the offense, so it's been nice.
I was just talking about Michael Williams. He's young, but he has grown man strength. And it looked like there was one play today in practice where you guys were matched up and kind of going against him.
Yeah.
What's he like?
Yeah, I've had a few good matchups against him, and I mean, yeah, he's a competitor. He's going to come after you, and you got to be ready for it. And yeah, he's strong. He's not, he's not a kid. He's for sure.
Coming here, what was your impression of George? And now what's your impression, not only as a player, but just who he is off,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what to expect coming in. High-profile guys, you never really know. But, I mean, he's pretty much what you see is what you get. It's pretty much exactly, he's bringing the energy every day, positivity, trying to bring you along, all that stuff. I mean, it's pretty much he's an open book, which has been awesome.
What was your tight end U experience?
It was good. I was in and out pretty quick. I was going to see my brother in Memphis and then up from there and then out. But it was cool. It was my first time there. It was a great experience. I mean, seeing in person some people you idolize as a kid, like Gronk and, Jeremy Shockey was there and stuff like that. And then guys in the league who you've seen on tape and you've learned stuff from on tape and watched them play, watching tape, scouting games and stuff and seeing them in person, being able to meet those guys has been really cool. Josh Oliver, who's one of the best, blocking tight ends in the league. Charlie Warner, who was here, who I've learned from, especially watching our offense and everything, and meeting guys like that. It was really cool. And then reconnecting with guys like Chris Manhertz, who was in Jacksonville my first couple of years, who I learned a lot from there. It's just a cool thing and that George puts on.
When friends and family check in on you and want to know what some of your new teammates are like, what do you tell them about Brock Purdy?
My parents were actually just here the past couple of days too, so it's funny. But I mean, just true professional. I mean, like about his business and the nicest guy. Like he's truly, wants everybody to do well and is like going to give you honest but good feedback and positivity and kind of similar to what George brings. Just George has another level of energy to him that's hard for anybody to match. But Brock's been awesome. Yeah.
Is this what he looked like in camp in Jacksonville, or is he improved? Is he taken to the system?
I think he's great in the system. I think he's taken another step in his own development and his career and everything. And it's been really cool to, make the journey here with him and get to play with him more and everything. And he's also just a great guy to have in the room, positivity, like great energy, all that stuff. So he's definitely taken that to another level.
Players have actually, just to kind of follow up on that question when it comes to Mac, have talked about his personality being one that's kind of, I wish you could see him, is what one person said. What would you kind of say about you guys' relationship and how that has kind of helped you to kind of settle in here?
Yeah, he along with like Ben Barch, who was in Jacksonville with me, kind of helped, kind of get integrated into like this community, of the building and everything, get to know people. It's, you never know what to expect coming in to a new facility, a lot of new faces and everything. Everybody's been super welcoming, but having those guys around has been nice. And yeah, Mac's got the personality. He's a goofball a lot, but then, when he's in between the lines, it's all ball, and he balls out.
So is he the guy in the locker room that's like the comedic relief at this point, or?
Yeah, he's one of those guys for sure. I mean, yeah, he's a character.
Thank you, Luke.
Yep. Thank you.
You're going to be so happy that you.
Yeah.
But Colton was just talking about Barch, and he described him as just great, salt of the earth guy.
Yeah.
Totally down to earth. Can you just expand on that? Obviously, you know him pretty well. Just what type of guy he is.
Yeah, I mean, salt to the earth is pretty accurate. I mean, he cares about people, everybody pretty much, and he wants to have a good time. He wants to go to work and then have a good time, and then he's bringing everybody along with him, no matter who you are. you put him in any situation, he's going to do well with whoever it is. So that's a great guy to be around and have you, you know, kind of be able to be around other people that you might not have been around and stuff like that. And yeah, he just cares. Yep. Yep.
I'm great, man. How y'all doing?
How's your thumb?
Oh, it's great. It's feeling great. Moving forward, it healed up, and I'm full go 100%. So yeah.
How did it happen?
It was just an off-season thing. Smashed it. You know, things happen sometimes when you lifting or in practice. So, but yeah, it healed quick, and it's all good. So.
How would you describe the first 2 weeks of camp for you?
A lot of learning, some adjusting, and it's been fun, definitely. The guys have really taken me under their wing, and I've grown a lot, so it's been fun.
What's it like being in the room every day with Fred Warner?
It's great. I mean, he's a great mentor to me, and I learn from him a lot. He's a funny guy, and he's just a great person to be around, a great player to learn from, too. So I got nothing but great words for him.
Anything specific that you've asked him about?
When I first got here, I asked him about his routine and everything he did and all the extra work he put in. So he really took me under his wing pretty fast, and he was real open to me about how to be successful in this league and yeah, just things like that. Yeah.
How hard has it been to restrain yourself from not actually tackling somebody in these practices?
Yeah.
And when is the last time you actually tackled somebody at Oklahoma State? It's been about
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, it's definitely tough not going down. You know, it's definitely when you get in that mode when y'all in a hole and one of y'all gotta not go to the ground. I mean, but that's the part of just practicing safe. You know, Coach Shanahan is real evident about that, and he's real on top of really just keeping us healthy. So I understand it, and we got to protect the team. So
come Saturday in your NFL debut, are you just really envisioning?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I probably say that's the biggest word I got for it. Is real excited and just excited to live the dream for real, you know, and actually finish these plays. So.
I think way back when he got drafted, you said something. It was, what do you like about Dre and Fred? And you said they punished the guy with the ball.
Yeah.
How eager are you to maybe chat with Dre this week or just kind of watch what he does as well?
I'm excited, man. I've never seen them play in person, so I'm definitely excited to just go against, you know, a team like that and watch, you know, guys perform, you know, and that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. And, you know, Dre's a great player, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching them play and competing against them. So
far that the coaches have spoken highly about you guys as a rookie class, but
Yeah.
then being that you have these 3 preseason games coming up, and that's really your opportunity to get out there, like you said, finish plays, show them what you can do, set yourself apart. When you go into these preseason games, what is your mindset given that you kind of settled in with Robert Saleh, you kind of settled in with the team, and you said the defense, what are you kind of looking to do this weekend and, you know, the other 2?
Prove myself, you know, actually bring it to life, you know, bring plays to life, like I said, and really just playing with my guys, you know. And this is the first time of me being part of this team, so I'm excited to be a part of it in game and playing with them and having fun on the field and doing what I love with the guys I want to do it with. So, I mean, I'm excited about it, and I'm definitely looking forward to just really the whole shebang, really. You know what I mean?
I don't think I was clear in my question. It was a little convoluted. I guess what I'm asking is, like, for the preseason games, being that it's wide open for the rookies to have a starting spot. Right?
Oh, okay.
What is your, I didn't say that, but like knowing that, what is your anticipation to kind of get out there and improve yourself, knowing that that's a possibility?
Controlling what I can control, you know, and being 100% on my assignments and being 100% effort, you know, controlling everything that I can control and really just putting my best self on tape, you know, and that's really what I'm looking forward to the most, and bringing home a win, you know, and being 3-0 in these preseason games and taking it one rep at a time and just making sure that I'm keeping the main thing and controlling my side for sure.
Spoke really highly of your instincts on the field, how you gravitate with football. You also mentioned that getting acclimated with the scheme can take a little bit, especially at linebacker. What has been maybe the most difficult thing in the learning curve that you've been focused on?
Definitely the technique side of it. You know, football is football, but each team has different techniques, so the techniques are a little bit different than it was in college. So just really perfecting that and getting that down and learning how to play, you know what I'm saying, the right way to do it, the right way to hook drive, the right way to do all these different things. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to all of that, but it's definitely has been a little bit of a learning curve, but it's definitely, I've grown a lot, you know, in just these 2 weeks of the camp going on, and it's been a lot of just growth and a lot of growth that I've seen in myself, and definitely it's beginning to slow down a little bit, and the reps are definitely allowing me to get better. So.
Winners, do you think similar type players, and have you pushed each other?
Yeah, I mean, we push each other every day. You know, the whole LB core. We big on just staying close. You know what I'm saying, building that bond and figuring out how we can be better as a group, as a collective unit. You know what I mean? And D's a great player. D's a great guy, and he's taking me under his wing as well. And I've been learning from him too. So, but yeah, we really just learn from each other. You know, as a group, as a unit. So. For sure.